All right, now it's been a couple of months. We're going to have a retrospective to bask in the success of CJI #1.
CJI 2024, here we are!
This tournament was to send a message. If you want to grow the sport, pay the athletes.
This is fucking crazy. The world's gonna explode.
We decided all the ticket sales to charity, and we're gonna put it free on YouTube.
Craig is full of fucking shit.
Craig, I'm gonna fuck you up, man, when I see you.
Should we do this again? Guys, ADCC invites are going out for everyone asking if I'm doing ADCC 2024. I keep asking myself, why would I do ADCC? The sport's growing. Prize money remains the same.
Like all the preparation all the time, and you're the best in the world and you're paying $10,000 to win. I think that's super messed up.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's absurd.
Obviously, we're not doing this just for the money, but in a sport where there is no money, enough money to eat would be fucking nice. So prize money should match the growth of the sport. Who knows, maybe they listen to this and change the prize money. Maybe they already had intention of upping the prize money. If they do that, I will take full credit for it.
When are fighters gonna get paid more for winning now that ADCC is so big? I'll tell you when we actually turn a fucking profit. How about that, jackass?
Currently, the women's prize money is 5K. 5K, I can make that doing a seminar. The athletes who are in certain positions need to put pressure on the organizations to have to pay athletes more or pay them at all.
One of the ADCC organizers, Seth Daniels, is not very happy. He's basically come out and said, if you think you can do better, go and raise $2 million and do your own show.
Whatever happens next, it's not gonna go down the way you think it is.
A lot of people ask me, who's the investor? People such as the women in my life, the IRS. They said, was it Zuckerberg? Was it a Russian oligarch? Was I smuggling weapons out of Ukraine? The true answer is yes, but that's not where the money came from. I spent that on other things. They said, was it a sheik from the UAE? None of this money came from any source of drugs. We tried to get money from drug kingpins, but we took the payment in drugs and did them all ourselves, unfortunately. None of you know who the investor is. And really, as we look forward to CJI 2, you probably never fucking guess this investor again. We've had to mix it up this time. Like I said in the announcement video, last time it was a gift. This time it's a loan. And just as I said in the announcement video, we've put Seth's family up as collateral.
Is that all cash? Yeah. That's so ridiculous. I've never seen that much money in my life. You're giving away $3 million in prize money. Who's funding this thing?
I really don't want to say. I'm going to keep it all directed at me. It's all above board legal, you know what I mean? But we're sort of keeping it mysterious.
So 10K is the winner of ADCC.
And we're going to pay $10,001 to show up to that tournament.
The athlete's getting paid $1 million to win first place is fantastic. How many people are going to jump ship?
I'm no longer doing ADCC.
The most influential female in the sport today. I already knew Nikki Rudd was in because it was about money. So dude, the under 80 is going to be crazy. And obviously you're in there too. Roberto Jimenez, that's a big one. That's a fan favorite.
Welcome, brother. Can't wait.
Do it.
$1 million cash prize, and I'm like, yeah, this ain't gonna happen.
I mean, there's a lot more at stake. The anticipation to be so much greater.
We have the opportunity to fight for like what we're worth, you know?
I don't know what's going on here, but we woke up bright and early this morning to this lovely message from Seth Daniels, ADCC organizer. He's saying, I'm not saying this lightly, I'm telling you, I will end your fucking life. Guys, you might be a bit upset. That seems a bit passive aggressive for 4:37 in the morning. They'd rather pay hitmen than fucking pay their athletes. ADCC staff are allowed to threaten to kill you.
Have you had any more death threats?
So it should come as a massive surprise to everyone that I do receive my fair share of death threats. Obviously, we had the Seth Daniels death threat. Seth Daniels plays a character, and that character is a drug-addicted traveling circus promoter, but he did threaten my life. I posted it. Obviously, I'm going to post it. I thought it was funny because at the time he sent me the death threat, I was in Ukraine, obviously already at great risk of death. One whiz past, hey. Many people attacked him, obviously, because they thought it was absolutely ridiculous that the other organization would resort to such levels. He then told me he got fired, and he sent me a message saying, "Are you happy about that?" And I said, "No, I'm just don't want to receive death threats." That was a lie. He just deleted his Instagram and then still continued to work for ADCC and promote the event. I also received death threats from people high up within the ADCC sort of world. I won't name names here, but they basically told me I was going to have to answer to the UAE. I was going to have to answer to Abu Dhabi about this. So what did I do? I got on the next flight to the UAE and made a video digging in the desert as if they were going to execute me and bury me in the desert. Ugh. Fuck this. And I have it on good authority that Sheikh Tarnoon himself, who founded the ADCC, thought that shit was hilarious. He has a great sense of humor about the whole thing. So I imagine he thought this was good for the sport, good for the growth of the sport, a bit of a competitive battle.
Thanks to my genius brain, Craig's great ideas, but that's all he does. We have got a nonprofit organization, the Fair Fight Foundation, bank accounts, we've got a production team, and we've locked Thomas and Mack, the same location as ADCC 2022, set up to create the biggest show you've ever seen, all powered by pettiness.
You've been saying it for 5 years and Craig did it in 5 days. Okay, well, it's a little bit harder than that, man.
I just hope it doesn't turn into another fire festival. So let's see.
As you might be well aware, I am no stranger to copyright infringement. You've seen some of my many clothing designs, and there were some potential trademark infringements going into the CJI. Certain people didn't want us to use things that arguably belong to them. But of course, CJI is in and of itself a charity. We gave all the money away. No one believes me. And I don't know why, as I sit here in a beautiful white outfit on the beautiful tropics of the Maldives, when we were battling some of these trademark infringement people that weren't for the growth of the sport, I had to basically find out who their biggest investor was, and I had to call them and I said, listen, are you really gonna sue a charity? Are you going to let me go on massive podcasts such as Joe Rogan and talk about how you wanna shut me down for using your potential intellectual property? And they, of course, called me back 1 minute later and said, you are free to use our intellectual property, Craig. We have no problem with you. We had some behind the scenes hurdles, but you can see how we dealt with them, and that's essentially through blackmail.
Game day, baby. 3 months, brother. 3 months, it already on top. Look out. Carry my boxes, bitch.
For those of you watching at home, you are witnessing history. This is the first ever round in CJI, what we hope to be a long-running series, a game-changing event of the world of jiu-jitsu and grappling.
The crowd in this arena are on their feet.
I've never heard anything like this! Listen to the Thomas and Mack Center for CJI, and they're exploding for these guys!
Don't waste all your money on production. Pay the athletes. If there's $1 million on the line, they will fight to the death, and that's what we've seen today.
Should we do this again? CJI 2025!
Guys, grappling is boring. Stalling is boring. People being afraid to be submitted is boring. For CJI 2, we're mixing this up. We're gonna do 8 teams battling for $1 million. Last time, we found out who the 2 best athletes in the world were. That was Kade Rotolo and Nicky Rod, and we paid them both $1 million. Now we're gonna find out who is the best team in the world. Atos, New Wave, B Team, Checkmat, Gracie Baja, 10th Planet, whatever teams, and let's see who truly is the best team in the world. Quintet style, last man standing. Team versus team is the most exciting form of grappling, and that's what is going to be the bulk of this show. But we're also going to have a few crazy super fights. I won't be fighting a woman this time, although the guy has many feminine attributes, but that is yet to be announced. CJI 2, team versus team.